Assalamu alaikum. I'd like to recite Arabic and translate Surat AnNaml, verse 76 through 88. Surat AnNaml means the ants. We don't know exactly how this should be connected right now to the elections that are coming up. We're thinking about what Allah tells us, how well organized the ants were, how they sent out reconnaissance missions, how they communicated, and how strong. Well, I'm going to start with the first verse and tell you why I chose this for you right now and why I've waited 2 weeks before making any lessons, because I'm trying to determine how much of this majestic book is bearing upon the upcoming elections. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن هذا القرآن يقص على بني إسرائيل أكثر الذي هم فيه يختلفون. It says that this Quran, يقص على بني إسرائيل, is explaining by stories to the tribe of Israel most of what they differ in. You want to continue, don't you? Let's continue. وَإِنَّهُ لَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Well, it is a guidance and a mercy to believers. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ يَقْضِي بَيْنَهُمْ بِحُكْمِهِ وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْعَلِيمُ. Allah is going to decree between them with His judgment, because He is Azizul Alim. He knows everything. He's magnificent. فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ إِنَّكَ عَلَى الْحَقِّ الْمُبِينِ. So, depend on Allah, because He is the clear truth. إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى وَلَا تُسْمِعُ الصُّمَّ الدُّعَاءَ إِذًا وَلَوْ مُدْبِرِينَ. This clearly says here that you cannot hear the dead. And you know, this is an issue, we don't have time for it now, but they differ in it so much, even though it says right here that you can't hear them. Well, can they hear you? Well, walau mudbirin. Yes, they can hear you when you walk away from the grave. And that's the only time, at the burial time, when you leave. They have still some of their faculty in their mind left where they can hear you walk away. وَمَا أَنْتَ بِهَدْيِ الْأُمْيِ عَنْ ضَلَالَتِهِمْ إِن تُسْمِعُ إِلَّا مَنْ يُؤْمِنُ بِآيَاتِنَا فَهُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. You cannot guide the blind from their waywardness. And they will listen. No one will listen except those who believe in our ayatina. فَهُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. The ayat, the word ayah, can mean a verse in the Quran or a sign in the heavens or a sign in the universe. Because if you think about it, it's the same meaning. Ayah. It's something you're supposed to observe and pay attention to. وَذَوَقَّ الْقَوْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ أَخْرَجْنَا لَهُمْ دَابَةً مِنَ الْأَرْضِ تُكَلِّمُهُمْ أَنَّ النَّاسَ كَانُوا بِآيَاتِنَا لَا يُوقِنُونَ. Here Allah is saying, when the words are going to fall upon them, we will send forward a dabatan min al-ard, something that is walking upon the earth. The word is daba. What kind of daba? Well, anything that walks upon the earth. Not specific here. تكلمهم أن الناس كانوا بآياتنا لا يوقنون. This Daba will tell them that most of them were not paying attention to the ayat. And they weren't convinced. لا يوقنون. ويوم نحشرهم من كل أمة فوجا ممن يكذب بآياتنا فهم يوزعون. Allah is going to bring them forward on Judgment Day, the ones who were saying, يكذبوا, it means no, this is not true. They're going to be brought forward, and they're going to be faced that they heard and they ignored. حتى إذا جاءوا قالوا أكذبتم بآياتي ولم تحيطوا به علما أماذا كنتم تعملون. Until this day when they come, one will say, أكذبتم بآياتي? Did you ignore my ayat? Kadabtum means you said, no, it's not true. I think you're lying. Kadabtum biayati. So this is Allah speaking. Walam tuhitu biha ilman. And you had no knowledge. Tuhitu bihi ilman, it means you did not have enough knowledge. Tuhitu, it means you didn't have a vast amount. You didn't have enough knowledge to allow you to say you don't believe in this. أماذا كنتم تعملون? What were you doing? ووقع القول عليهم بما ظلموا فهم لا ينطقون. This verse is very scary. The qawl, the sayings, وقع عليهم بما ظلموا. So what they ظلموا, what they oppressed themselves by, in other words, denying, وقع عليهم. Now they're trapped and they're into judgment. فهم لا ينطقون. And they cannot speak. لا ينطقون, they cannot answer. ألم يروا أنا جعلنا الليل ليسكنوا فيه والنهار مبصرا إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون. Don't they see that we made the night for them to be still in it, and we made the day mubasira, for them to observe. They will walk about and they will see things, and they will have basira. Basira is not just vision. It's not just seeing. It's seeing and comprehending. إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون. In this story, there are signs for those who believe. ويوم ينفخ في الصور ففزع من في السماوات ومن في الأرض. The day when the horn is blown. And you know, the Banu Israel believe in this, the blowing of the horn. This is part of their aqidah, as are other things here. فهم لا ينطقون. يروا أنا جعلنا الليل ليسكنوا فيه والنهار مبصرا إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون. So the fact that Allah allows day and night to follow one another in perfect succession and never stops, and it never has stopped, and it never will stop until Judgment Day. Ought that not to be enough when Allah is telling you? I always say, don't you wonder every morning you wake up and the sun comes up, and every night you go to sleep and the sun goes down and it never falters? Isn't that enough? Well, for some people, obviously not. Now, when the trumpet is blown, فَفَزِيَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ وَكُلُّ أَتَوْهُ دَاخِرِينَ. when that trumpet is blown, Allah says, Fazi'u. Fazi'u, it means everyone's going to freak out. That's what faza' means. Illa, except who? Except those who believe and they understand that this is predicted and they won't be afraid. As a matter of fact, they'll probably welcome it. Fazi'a man fi samawati wa man fil ard illa ma sha Allah. Except those whom Allah chooses. وَكُلٌّ أَتَوْهُ دَاخِرِينَ وَتَرَى الْجِبَالَ تَحْسَبُهُ جَامِدًا وَهِيَ تَمُرُّ مَرَّ السَّحَابِ. Now this is a very interesting verse that perhaps no one could understand it until recently. You see the mountains and you assume that they are jamid. They're just still, like made out of rock, stone, and they're just standing there. But Allah tells you, هِيَ تَمُرُّ مَرَّ السَّحَابِ. They are moving under the clouds. Mountains moving? Yes, because it's got to do with the motion of the earth. Now, I'm no scientist, and I'm not pretending that I really understand the details of this. All I know is Allah tells me mountains move, and that's enough for me. سُنَّ اللَّهِ الَّذِي أَتْقَنَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ إِنَّهُ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَفْعَلُونَ. This is Allah's plan. It's what He does. Sunnat Allah. Sunna Allah. Allah has sana. It means He's, sana literally means to manufacture something. I mean, in this time we say, masna, it's the factory. Where are you going to get your bargains? Oh, I'm going to go to the outlet of the masna. Sana Allah. Sana Allah here is meaning that Allah is the great designer, manufacturer, distributor. Think about it. The word sana, from the beginning till the end of the project, Allah is in control of this project, meaning the earth and skies and everything in it. And the last part is, سَنَّ اللَّهِ الَّذِي أَتْقَنَ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ إِنَّهُ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَفْعَلُونَ. Allah is well informed about what you're doing. بِمَا تَفْعَلُونَ. I want to add here that many converts, or those who are beginning in Arabic, they say, what's the difference between amala wa fa'ala? Because in English, it's translated as to do something. The exact same word in English for amala and fa'ala. So the difference is, fa'ala is you just do it. Not necessarily it's a plan, not necessarily it's a deep thought, not necessarily that it's of import. You just do it. Fa'ala. But amala means you have knowledge of what you're doing, and you're doing it deliberately. So it says here, إِنَّهُ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَفْعَلُونَ. Well, it means He knows every little detail of every single thing that you do, although you may feel it's insignificant. It's not. Now, we'll end here with this page because I'm going to immediately follow this up with another page. But I just wanted you to know that Allah is telling you that in this chapter, Surat AnNaml, is everything that the Banu Israel differ in. But I chose another page for tonight, so I'm going to leave you with this one at 14 minutes, and hopefully I'll be able to do the other one in 10, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.